11 because it's a cool little trail. I like 11.
Yeah, it is.
Laid out.
For the day.
We're good. Hi there, welcome to the Beaten Trail. In this episode, we finally get back to Tennessee. And our ride starts at Ride Royal Blue ATV Resort as well as Rock Ridge, neighboring property. Unloading here, the first group. Prep work going on.
Getting them set up.
Good. Then we get on 14. We'll come by the waterfalls. Catch those double waterfalls.
Yeah,
there.
14's good.
Yeah. Trails they're technical, but they're not. Oh my gosh, we're all going to die.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, like I said, just for the ATVs, like I said, as long as they're cool, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Our ride would consist of just a skip down the road and over to the river crossing and some basic trails. We had a few hours to get out and see the sights, and the leaves were changing, and we knew that the rest of the team would be showing up at the cabin around noontime. They had stayed at a different location, different schedule, different driving plan, and we would meet them at the cabin, and we'd be staying at the Ridges number 2, and we have a full video out for that, so you can check it out. It's a great place for your whole team to be under one roof, and it's centrally located with lots of parking, so we'll tell you a little bit about that as well. But for now, it was a river crossing, and enjoy some of the trails. While it was not the first time we had the RMX out on trails, it was the first time on real rocky trails, and we could notice that, yes, we did need new springs. And with that, we have put in an order for Schmitty springs along with all of our numbers and our weight and everything that we carry. So we'll be able to have those installed sometime in December, and we'll stick with our 30-inch tires until they wear down a bit and then put 32s on. It should give us enough clearance for that type of riding that we're going to do some in the winter, but nothing overly crazy. So, of course, we had to stop and check out some hill climbing and put the drone up a little bit. got here?
This is the waterfall on 14. I think they're some of the prettiest ones here, especially when you had rain. People used to drive down here, and you can see they blocked it off now. They've had to because people are people sometimes. Sometimes people are.
Yeah.
They tear too much stuff up.
And people used to drive down here.
Yeah, yeah. Not bad. A lot of fallen timber from the storm that we had a few weeks ago.
The Beaten Trail is sponsored by Ride Royal Blue ATV Resort in Pioneer, Tennessee, where all of your Tennessee adventures begin. Lodging for any budget, bring your RV, or stay in a cabin. Trails are attached to the resort and not a far drive on ATV legal pavement, so stop down at Ride Royal Blue in Tennessee. And the Potter County ATV UTV Club. And Pine Grove Yamaha, sales and service for Yamaha and so much more. Thank you AOAA for sponsoring the Beaten Trail. Oh yeah.
It comes off those.
Most of the East Coast has been under a bit of a drought, and there's not too much water coming down these waterfalls, much very similar in geological formation as the Tackett Creek ones. That's all the same general mountain area, but unfortunately it was a little dry this time of year.
What's going on?
So the mornings were a little chilly in high 40s, but as the sun came out and it warmed up, we just peeled our layers off. Now we were again taking a short ride because we'd meet everybody back at noon, and we'll have a whole video on the afternoon and further activities in the rest of the day and the week. Later in the week we would also be riding Tackett Creek, and that would be either as a group or separately, because we wanted to hit some other trails that I did not get to see when I was down here last. Now, of course, we'd have some days that we would ride ATVs and trail models, and other days for the full-size units to hit some of the more difficult trails. Now, there are thousands of acres and hundreds of miles of trails down here, and I really do need to get back down to visit Windrock again, as well as Brimstone, but we're going to have a larger group there and some more capable machines, so I'm going to have to pick through Craig's brain on when we can do that the next time I'm down in 2025. It was planned to take a pit stop down at the gas station, and so we took a ride down there just to stop for snacks and fuel, and then we'd go back to meet everybody at the cabin. Still quite a bit dusty. I had my dust mask handy, and once we get more rain, this will cut down a little bit, but it seems to be every time I'm down here it's very dry. So always bring your dust mask and try to not breathe it all in, but we usually have a rag and some wet towels because, well, the cameras get all dusty, and if you have your windshield down, you're looking through dust. Nonetheless, still a great set of trails, a lot of fun, and looking forward to riding more trails as the week goes on. As Craig led the way, we would be hitting some more difficult trails on the way back, and I was looking forward to those and was not expecting to have any issues, but we did catch one of our friends topple over on his ATV. Thankfully he was okay. Here's some Insta360 zoomed in footage. And of course I was confident the R-Max wouldn't have any issues getting up this. The tires are really great, and if I have any issues I just turn the diff lock on. But unfortunately, I didn't realize that some of the additional accessories that I had installed on this unit would hinder me just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm getting up that.
And big thanks to Brian for having his video going at all times, and he hopped out to see exactly what the problem was, and well, as soon as I realized, I knew exactly that tire is not going to be able to stay where it is on the hitch mount. That's okay, we've already since worked on an alternate location, so we're not getting stuck, because we weren't stuck in any other way. But, well, I guess I would have to have the winch of shame at least until I got rid of that hitch sticking out, which was preventing me from getting any further up. It was stuck right on the rock. So big thanks to Brian, and Craig and Adrian for just getting me out and testing the new winch.
What happened there, bud?
Go a little bit vertical. I don't have enough clearance. Do I have enough room to get it over on that trail where I'm at? Because I ain't going to make that either. You lock it back in, Adrian? No. I got it. I got to walk back down. I got to walk back down, too. Go ahead. A little bit. All right.
What happened there, bud?
Go a little bit vertical. I don't have enough clearance. Always fun. Need those 32s and the little bit of lift.
That's the issue. We found out the issue. It says 30 on the side of your tank.
I know. Someone changed the 2 to a 0. I don't feel bad. All the 4-seaters made it.
Yeah. You gotta stay away from the side or wait this.
Walk in the park.
There we go.
No matter what trails you take, looping around and coming all the way back to Ride World Blue is always enjoyable, and there's always new trails to explore. Every time I go down there, sometimes I recognize some of the trails, but there's always some new ones. And in this afternoon, later part 2 of our next video, you'll see some of the lesser traveled trails, and some of that is good and some is bad. They are not always groomed as you would expect, and as you can see on some of these, some are smoother than others. So big thanks again to Craig and John and everybody who joined us, as well as some fellow friends from Rock Ridge ATV Resort. We will have more videos of more Ride Royal Blue and Tennessee and Tackett Creek trails in the upcoming episodes. And then after that, we'll be taking a ride to Florida. So stay tuned for a little bit more. Enjoy the rest of the trails. Thanks for watching. Thank you to our sponsor, Ride Royal Blue, as well as the Potter County ATV UTV Club and Lit Industries for the brightest rock lights and accessories you can find. Visit Pine Grove Yamaha for sales and service of Yamaha and all other rides. Thank you, Anthracite Outdoor Adventure Area, for supporting the Beaten Trail. Appreciate all our partners. Thank you very much for being along for the ride. Visit our stores for hats and shirts and so much more. We appreciate you watching, and we hope to see you out there on the trail. Thanks.
Oh no! It's time after the breakfast. It's time for the license.
Look at, oh my God.